Hello everyone, I hope your day is going amazing. Today I'm going to be talking about Dave & Buster's stock and a trade that I just made. Entered the trade July 31st, I exited today, August 6th. I'll talk about that a little more in a few minutes. Also, I know what I'm going to be doing going forward with the channel as well as trading, so I will update you guys on that after we talk about the trade I made. So let's take a quick look at that. This is a current Dave & Buster's chart. Oh, and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. It helps a lot. And let's get into it. So this is a current Dave & Buster's chart right here. It is August 6th, 2020. You can see this chart hit almost $14 around 10:30 in the morning, and it's fallen all the way down to $13.23. So let's talk about where I got in. I had an average cost basis of $13.06 on July the 31st. So where I got in was actually a really bad time. It wasn't super horrible. It wasn't amazing. It was just in the middle. So July 31st, let's find that. I got in right around here in the morning somewhere in that area though. And I sold at, let's take a look. I was $13.65. So I sold this morning right in this area here. A little later than I should have. Again, it's really hard to time it. This was a super short window. It was hovering above that price for only about 10 minutes. So it would have been really hard to time that. Again, I try the best, but it is what it is. That is about a 4.5% gain, so that's a pretty good gain there. And then I was about $470. So let's take a look at what I want to do and what I want to trade next. Actually involves the SQs, which is a 3 times leverage on the NASDAQ, but you're essentially shorting the NASDAQ. And so take a bigger look at the chart just to see it's down all time. That's just because it's a 3x short of the NASDAQ. Last 180 days, you can see as the market fell, this went up quite a bit, 100%. So yeah, it did double, $16 to $35, all that good stuff. But let's take a look here. We can see that the RSI is low, which means that the RSI of the overall market is actually high right now. But it'll be easier to look at the pattern on the TQs, which is the exact opposite of the SQs. This is a 3x leverage on the NASDAQ. It's a normal 3x leverage. You're essentially saying you're going long on the NASDAQ, the overall stock market, pretty much. And I'm already on the chart we need, so let's take a look at this. We can see here that the rises and falls in the market are very over-exaggerated because this is a 3x leveraged ETF. So it's a lot easier to get in on trends and make a bigger percent. Like here, what is that? A 70% gain right here, 26, 28%. Right here, almost 30%, 40%. So you can see that, and the falls are pretty big too. 20%, 12%. 16%. So this here is what I'm going to try and start trading. And it's going to be more swing trades, could be upwards of a month, maybe less, maybe more, depends on the overall market. But as we can see right here, whenever the RSI gets high in TQs, it starts to have a pullback. And once it gets into that pullback, it pullbacks a good amount. So I think as soon as we start to see a next pullback in TQs of more than 5%, we'll see probably a 15% fall in TQs. That's like a 4.5% fall for the NASDAQ, and that wouldn't be surprising if it starts to happen tomorrow or mid next week. And then we wait. Usually it falls a lot quicker than it rises. It may be 5 trading days worth of time that we have in between this top here and a possible bottom in TQs where I would look at buying. And we can see this here, there's a good sized bar up, which is what happens with all of these small spots, followed by a bigger fall. And that fall, when it kicks off, tends to be a pretty good sized red bar. So I think once we see that red bar, even though we did see it there, so we got kind of tricked there, but again, the market hadn't really been up enough for it to make sense for there to be a pullback yet. So if this red bar continues to form throughout the day, I think we could start to see another downward trend, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see it go up into next week, like I said. But until then, what do I want to do? I made a good trade on Dave & Buster's. I'll keep watching Dave & Buster's. If this play is taking too long to play out, I'll get into Dave & Buster's. But the exact opposite of TQs, which is SQs, the first ETF that we had looked at, if I think TQs is going to go down, then I also think that SQs is going to go up because they are inverses of each other. So once I start to think that we've really seen a top in TQs, I will most likely buy into SQs and try and ride up about, I think, 10%, anywhere in that area. And then I'll get out and try and get into TQs at the bottom, because when I think SQs is about to fall, obviously they're inverse, so I think TQs is about to go up. And so I think that's going to be my trading strategy from here on out. And I won't actually be going back to school until beginning of October. So starting a few weeks from now, going until the beginning of October, I'll actually have classes at home. So I will have plenty of time to focus on making videos and investing. And over these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to put out anywhere between 7 to 10 videos over the next 14 to 15 days. I think that'd be really good. I'll make daily updates, even if not a lot of people want to see those. It's still interesting. Let me know what you want to see. If you've made it this far and haven't clicked that subscribe button, that would be amazing. Almost 30 subscribers. Whoever subscribes next would actually be my 30th subscriber. So thank you, have a good day, and happy investing.